In 2009, a piece of law relating to rights of way was temporarily sorted, but since then many people left serious dilemma as there are serious flaws in the 2009 Act. The Rural Independent Group of TDs made several recommendations to government to defer identify looming deadlines to register the easement of right of way by the end of November this year. We welcome the fact that common sense prevailed, and now there is a commitment to conduct a time-bound review to see what is the best term strategy of the right of way. There were two errors in relation to this amendment that was done. One was in relation to access of your home through a right of way where the council did not have a charge on the access road. The second was in relation to a farm that need access and only have access through a right of way that the council does not own. Originally it seemed good as it did not involve applying to the circuit court. However, easement of right of way can only be acquired on registration of a court order. A registration of a right of way has to be registered with the land registry. It has proven to be very difficult in many cases where you have many, for example, several people living on a stretch of roadway, not a public one, and one of the people on the road decides to sell. Each person on the roadway must agree the right of way to the new buyer, and if not, it would have to go to court, resulting in neighbour pitting against neighbour, causing anxiety, stress and considerable cost. Sales of these properties have fallen through or have been sold at a greatly reduced prices. If a person does not validate their position regarding their right of way, they would find themselves in a very difficult position to sell their property or to raise a mortgage. Minister, in a village in County Limerick, a person of a house that was built by the county council before it became Limerick City and County Council. They had built a house. The owner of the house passed away and he left the house because he bought the house off the council at the time, bought the house and he passed away and he left the house to his 4 children. The 4 children are housed and they decided they would sell the property and divide it between them. But to find out that when the county council done their land conveyancing many years ago, they left a small strip of land 6 foot wide by the width of the house between the front wall of the house and the main street in this particular village. This has cost this family considerable cost in trying to go back, and they've gone back 87 years to find out that there is no member now of this family that owned the land that the council originally built the houses on. But they have lost 3 sales of houses because this strip of land still not has been put. Now I'm talking about 6 foot wide and approximately 20 foot long of a strip of land, where the county council have put in wheelchair access for the person that lived in the house. They have done maintenance within the house, and this has fallen through. My own particular one on this case was the county council themselves should have actually bought the property back for the mistake that they'd made in their land conveyancing at the time. But they put this family through an awful lot of stress and anxiety because of this. And the price in this house is actually reduced by 50,000 because the people said they wanted to sell it, because they're told that it could take up to 7 years for this to be sorted out. And we have people on housing lists and waiting lists trying to get into houses. And the amount of people that try to buy this house, it's absolutely unbelievable that this could happen. And Deputy Crowe mentioned there earlier on about graveyards. And where I'm from, there's an awful lot of graveyards, the likes of Ballynakill, that's inside in the middle of a field. You have Anhead graveyard, which is inside in the middle of a field. We have an awful lot of graveyards within the county areas that, again, that we are relying on the right-of-ways that we have in to see our loved ones that are deceased. And I've visited many of these graveyards recently where we'd have family members ourselves. And I'm thankful for the people that let us go through these right-of-ways. But in this case, it should be legality. Thank you.